Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video with your boy Thick Whips. Today we are doing the AZA AutoWheel custom steering wheel. So I have done, how many steering wheels have I done with AZA AutoWheel? I think it's like number 4, I think I've done. We did the E90 M3, we did the E36 M3, we did the Supra, and then now we are doing this F30. Every time I've done a wheel with AZA AutoWheel, it has been fire. They absolutely crush it on the wheels. These are fully custom wheels with OEM cores. So you guys already know that I have one in the car right now, and I'm gonna show you what happens to cheaper steering wheels. It's an okay wheel if you only care about the way it looks. It's not terrible, but dude, this wheel after like 2 weeks of having it is already like falling apart. But that's kind of like what you can expect if you don't spend a lot of money on a steering wheel. These ones, like I said, they're fully custom. They take a little bit longer to make and they're a little bit more expensive, but you get the quality out of it. And we are driving BMWs, my friends. They are expensive cars. When you buy expensive parts for expensive cars, they tend to last longer and you are investing in that quality. So with my previous steering wheels, every time I've built a custom steering wheel, I've always tried to keep it as like clean and OEM-ish as possible. So this one, we did just that. And I'm really happy with the outcome on it. Without further ado, let's open this up. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like, dude. I'm so hyped. It looks so good. It's so clean. All right, huge shout out to the guys at AZA AutoWheel for absolutely crushing this one as always. So this time, I only did carbon in the centerpiece, which I think is just a nice little touch. It's gonna match well with the carbon paddles and back. I don't really like having carbon like anywhere where I'm grabbing, so I did Alcantara up top here, and then I did leather down here. It's got the perforated leather, it's got the thumb cutouts, and then of course the M stitching all along the rim here. This thing is quality, dude. We've got the flat bottom. It's very simple. It's not too overdone. And if you guys wanna go crazy, of course you can do that. That's the great thing with AZA AutoWheel. You can really go nuts and design something wild. You can do like a very OEM spec. Me personally, with my style, I try to keep it rather clean, rather simple, and I think that they nailed it with this one. I was like, you know what? I just want to do a little bit of carbon on the inside to kind of match with those paddles in the back. And I think this is it, man. The Alcantara feels really good. I have the full Alcantara steering wheel in my E36 M3, which has been out on the track, and it's holding up just fine. Like, I've had no issues with the Alcantara. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like when you have cheap Alcantara and what happens to it, but this stuff is absolute quality. There's a reason why these guys are the best customizable steering wheel company in the game. It's because of the time and effort and the quality that they put in their products. So if you guys are interested in hooking up with them and getting a wheel done for yourself, I'll have all their information down below, but let's get into the install, dude. I think that this is going to set off the interior just how I want it. All right, we literally just did this install on the others with the other steering wheel not too long ago, but we're gonna for sure need a screwdriver to hit those little springs out and release the airbag. We're gonna need a T20 for sure, and then we'll need a 16mm socket to get out the actual steering wheel center bolt. If you're looking for torque specs, I believe the torque specs for that center bolt when you're putting it back on are like 40 foot-pounds of torque, something like that. Let's get after it. Before you guys do anything, make sure that the steering wheel is dead center. Then after that, take a 10mm and disconnect the battery. Do not shut your trunk. All right, so here is the cheaper steering wheel, and when I pull it out of the car, I'll show you guys exactly what's going on with it and why I was talking about it like that before, but let's go ahead and focus on removing it. In order to do this, there is a hole right there and a hole right in here. What you're gonna wanna do is take a screwdriver, and when you go inside of those holes, it is going to push in a lever that is gonna release a spring in order to pull off part of the steering wheel. Obviously do it on both sides. I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. All right, once you guys get inside of the wheel, there's one plug connecting the airbag to the actual column. Pops out just like that. Set the airbag to the side. Then you're gonna have two other plugs, one right there and one right there. That one. And so now we can actually take off the wheel. We're just gonna go ahead and pop out this 16 mil. If it's your first time taking out the steering wheel, it's possible that you're gonna need to use a leverage bar or a larger socket wrench. Just be careful not to strip that 16 mil. Some are really easy to take off and some are super difficult. But this one has always been pretty easy. Just go ahead and take that out. You'll also notice that sometimes BMW uses Loctite on these from the factory. I think that's overkill in my opinion, but you guys can do whatever you want. And so now this wheel is officially off. So let's go ahead and swap everything over and I'll show you the differences with this wheel and why I think it makes sense to pay a little bit more and get like a quality wheel. But we will be reusing these paddles because I really like these carbon paddles on here. Just like right off the bat, feeling these two, like if you lift this steering wheel up and then you lift this one up, this one just feels a lot better. Like the quality feels a lot higher. You also notice that this is a lot thicker. So the actual wheel itself all the way around is much thicker than this one. This Alcantara, this is what I was having issues with. It started to like bead up and fail. I don't know if you guys can see it. You see that right there? That happened after like 2 weeks and that gets really annoying. It's like little bumps and it's just starting to literally fall apart. You know, for a wheel like this, it was cheap and I kind of expected it to do that, but this, I don't even know what this is. Is this Alcantara? I don't think so. I mean, look at the quality difference. Like this is real Alcantara. It just has like a stronger finish to it. This feels more like a cloth. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like something that you could actually grab onto and it would last. And you can see it's really starting to beat up like all over the wheel, anywhere where your hands touch it. And I've hardly even had my hands on this wheel that much. Like I don't drive this car that often. And obviously it's been in the shop for the last 3 weeks. So after the second week of having this wheel on the car, it started to already go on me. And I was pretty shocked by that. Like I thought it would last longer than that. The carbon fiber is kind of cool. Like I know a lot of people like that touch. I'm not a big fan of the carbon on the actual wheel itself. That's kind of why I opted to do it on the trim like this. It just looks a little more like OE. This just kind of feels cheap aftermarket-y. But of course, if you want to do like a quality one, you can do that with quality carbon fiber on a custom wheel if you want. So that was kind of my gripe with this wheel. Also, like the shape of it is pretty boring. It's just a standard. It's literally the exact same thing as an F30 M Sport steering wheel. It just has Alcantara and carbon. This is gonna feel and look so much better. So basically what we have to do is pull off the finishing trim piece right here. We're not gonna reuse that, so we can keep that with my stock F30 M Sport steering wheel. For everyone who's wondering, you're probably gonna ask, like, well, if you don't want it, like, you know, can I have it? Can I buy it off you for this old wheel? I am gonna give it away. That's what I'm gonna do with this. Obviously, it's just gonna be the core, like, aftermarket steering wheel piece. It's not gonna be with all the stuff. So if you have an F30 M Sport steering wheel, this might be something that you want, but I'm gonna go ahead and give this away on Instagram. So if you wanna follow me, I'll give you more details on that, but we're just gonna give it away. I wouldn't feel right to sell this to anyone, to be honest with you, because I really don't think it's worth much money. But yes, the transferring part is really simple, you guys. Take a picture of the wheel when you take this finishing trim piece off, where all the electronics go, so you don't forget. You've got a couple of Torx screws like all around the thing. You gotta take the paddles off and literally just swap it over. It's that easy. So I'm gonna get into it. We're gonna time lapse it and then we'll throw the new one back in the car. I almost forgot to mention, this is heated as well. See that right there? This is actually a heated steering wheel. So with this cheaper one, you actually lost the heat, plug going to nothing. With the factory one, I had heat, and now I have it back with this aftermarket one. So that's pretty sick too. That's like a huge selling point for a lot of people too. I noticed a lot of people when I put up the video, this one were like, oh, you lose the heat, like I'm out. Well, this one, you get to keep it. All right, you guys, got it all together. Thing looks so good. Super, super clean design, carbon in the middle. Oh, I'm feeling it. So yeah, it's a pretty easy transfer. I mean, if you have a stock wheel, it's gonna be like the same thing. You're literally just swapping everything right over. Always take a picture of the actual wheel with all the wiring and everything so you can just mimic it on the other side. Other than that, you just wanna make sure that the channels where the screwdriver is gonna go in to pop that spring to remove it, make sure those channels are clear of any wires, and then obviously make sure Channels are clear of wires right here and here. That's where your airbag connects. This wheel also has a lot more weight to it, which is really nice. It just makes it feel like it's higher quality. Other than that, we are set up. We are ready to go. Let's put it in the car. Imagine the turbo said that every time. All right, it is a new day, you guys. Check out the wheel. I'm gonna finally finish up this video and show you guys the finished product. Dude, oh my God, this thing is so sick. It feels so much better, light years ahead of the old wheel. Much better quality, a much nicer design, really clean and simple. The Alcantara feels really good. Leather feels nice. I love having these like thumb cutouts right here for when you're gripping the wheel. It's dope, dude. The whole thing, dope. You guys can obviously like do whatever you want on yours. Also, it has the flat bottom, obviously. So yeah, it does have heat capabilities too if you are looking for that in yours. But this thing, man, I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. I think I knocked it out of the park with this design. I think it's a really simple but clean and OEM plus type design with the carbon right here and the two different, doing the leather and then the Alcantara. I really love the wheel I have on my E36. So that was kind of why I wanted to incorporate some of this Alcantara on this one. And I was like, what if we just do like leather and then Alcantara all in one wheel with a little bit of carbon and then the M stitching and everything. It just, yeah, man, I'm really happy with it. Turned out really, really good. I really liked the one I did on my E90 M3 too. I'll put up a video of it right here. But that E90 M3 video is probably my favorite wheel I've ever done. It was so simple, just all black leather, like really, really clean. For that era of car, it just made sense because everything in that car was leather. I felt like that steering wheel in that car really brought that interior up to like modern era. Some of those older wheels, they're just really, really skinny for M3s like that. And when you have like a thicker steering wheel like this, it makes a huge difference when you're driving the car. It just feels so much better. So yeah, man, that's what we ended up with. Real easy install. Just gotta be really careful when you're transferring all the electronics over and everything. Make sure you take your time, take pictures, don't rush it. I've probably done this, I don't know, 10, 12 times on different cars. And so I'm pretty comfortable with it at this point, but I didn't get comfortable with doing these until I messed up a lot of times. And I just learned over time, like trial and error, right? But once you've done a couple of them, it's really simple. It's really, really simple. You just got to take your time with it. So that is the new steering wheel, guys. Tell me what you guys think. Hopefully you dig it. Big shout out to the guys over at Aza Auto Wheel for just knocking it out of the park as usual. They do such a good job on these steering wheels and their customer service is phenomenal. And like I said, man, you guys can go nuts. You can do whatever you want on your steering wheel. You can customize it any way you want, which is the beautiful thing. If I wanted to do some crazy, like match the red or do something like that, you could. That's not really particularly my style, but you know, everyone's got their own style, obviously, and you guys can design yours however you want. We're gonna end this video with a little Polskis, huh? A little lightweight Polski, a little baby pole, nothing crazy. Jeez, man. So sick. It sounds so good, man. This car just sounds so healthy. I love it. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm gonna leave all the information linked down below for Aza Auto Wheel. Go ahead and get that wheel design, dude. Get that wheel design. I mean, if you want to buy like a cheaper one, you can. I'm just letting you know, quality's not there, dude. There's a reason why custom quality steering wheels cost as much as they do, is because they're worth it. I mean, we are driving BMW, the majority of people on this channel. We are driving BMWs. These are nice cars. I just particularly wouldn't be putting on something as important as a steering wheel. Like, it is a very important part of the car, in my opinion. You touch it every time you drive the car. It is literally the controller to your car. In my opinion, the steering wheel is just something that you want to invest a little bit of money into and make sure it's nice, because you're touching it every day. And as you guys saw with the cheaper steering wheel that I had, which was just like a Core, it started falling apart like in the matter of like 2 weeks, and that's a $400 steering wheel. So yeah, in my opinion, if you're gonna upgrade your steering wheel, go with a company that knows what they're doing. And personally, I've just had the most experience with AZA Auto Wheel, and there's a reason I continue to work with them. They crush it every time. So I have a link down below. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.